was not a misstatement. It's down to 2 for Deshaun Watson, choosing between getting traded to New Orleans or Atlanta. He is yet to make that decision. And Larry Ogunjobi failing his physical with the Bears today. Thus, the free agent defensive tackle won't be signing the 3-year deal he agreed with Chicago earlier this week.
How would you love a chance to save some money on car insurance? Geico can help. Switch today and see all the ways you could save with great rates and discounts. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com to get a rate quote and get started seeing how much you could save.
In the heart of Beer City, USA, 2 men, 1 journey to create a sports show unlike any other. Unfiltered, raw, and honest. One of them played a soccer goalie opposite Ben Stiller. The other once scored 6 points on Steph Curry. These guys know their shit.
Let's go!
Tank Spencer, Jeremy Greene, the Sportsocracy. Presented by Ingles Supermarkets. Low prices, love the savings.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Sportsocracy always live in the Ingles Studio. Low prices, love the savings. Go to your local Ingles Markets today. And, of course, you know, it's Friday. It's a tournament Friday. We got March Madness on the television here in the studio. We had all of the action from yesterday, and somehow, some way, the NFL just continues to find a way to rule the news cycle. As you know, you're sitting there yesterday, getting into the basketball, and everything's happening. Carolina's just beating the snot out of Marquette, and then Davante Adams gets traded.
Yay!
Yay! Davante Adams going to the Las Vegas Raiders. We still don't have a decision on Deshaun Watson yet.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. We know where this is going to end. There's a reason this has taken so long, and it's because the Texans and Deshaun Watson's camp have different visions of how this is going to end.
Right. Carolina Panther fans upset over the Deshaun Watson thing. And
they do not have different opinions.
No.
They all universally have said, not Carolina. No, I can't tell you where it's going to be. Can't tell you where it's not going to be. It's not going to be Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina's been eliminated from the hunt. It's now just down to the Atlanta Falcons or the New Orleans Saints for Deshaun Watson. The Baker Mayfield thing continues to crop up. He actually demanded a trade from Cleveland, and Cleveland was like, we don't have any plans to trade you. So
who's
now what you
going
going
to take you exactly? What is your current trade value?
Oh no,
4 bags of footballs.
Can we get a 7th rounder from Seattle? Is that in the cards right now for the Cleveland Browns? Dad, he's gonna end up somewhere.
Yeah, competing with a rookie
with the Cleveland Browns,
and it's probably going to be with the Seattle Seahawks. Because up until this point, that's the only team that's even vetted him.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever want to know who's the most accurate on Baker Mayfield, just look what happens every time this comes up. Deshaun Watson has legal action and all of these other things happening with him. There were at least 10 teams, is what I was told, that kicked the tires on this.
Yep.
He called it to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Baker Mayfield, you can have him for a bag of footballs. Nobody cares.
At least that we know about those phone calls.
Because you are a headache that is, right. You are nowhere near worth the headache. And I can't say this enough. You coined a letter on Twitter and put your stupid middle name in the middle of it. Go away.
He did.
Baker Reagan Mayfield. Stop. Why do you make yourself so much more unlikable every time you open your mouth?
Wait, why does that make him more unlikable? Because he throws out his middle name.
Because for a bunch of things I can't say.
I was going to say, what are you, a Democrat?
No.
Come on.
Might as well just Baker Reagan Mayfield Esquire the Third.
But come on, who was shocked though? Who was shocked when you saw his middle name and it was like, of course his middle name's Reagan?
I said 3 words instantaneously that I cannot say on this show. Secret time, not one of them's nice.
Not one of them was nice. All right. Anyway, we'll get into all of it here on the program today on ESPN Asheville. You can also see us along with hearing us on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com. Click on that live video link. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can get into the chat. That's very important because we need your votes today. We need your votes for the most overrated bands bracket. The next matchup in the Sweet 16 of the most overrated bands bracket is today, U2 against Nickelback.
This should have been the final.
You may be right about that, but you can blame the seating. You can blame the committee who seated this on that one.
Isn't that you?
Yeah, it was. Look. Some mistakes were made, okay? Like the same people who gave St. Peter's a 15 seed.
Yeah.
Like maybe we should have been higher on them. I don't know.
Oh, armchair commentary in our comments, our first two of these of the day. And one of them I'm giving because I've always wondered the answer to this, and now I know.
I'm your huckleberry.
First one said he'll end up at home with Baker Mayfield. I would agree.
Good for you.
Esquire is for people who have passed the New York bar exam. I have always wondered why people put that at the end of their title. But why is it only the New York bar exam?
I just thought it was not another name for senior? Was that
no? Esquire is for people that have passed the New York State bar. I did not know that.
I always thought Esquire was you were the first. You're the first one. And then there's Esquire, and then there's Junior, and so on and so forth. I just thought it was another name. The more you know, with the little rainbow over top. Thank you very much, Armchair Commentary, for that one. Yes, you too can super chat. All you got to do is just go to thesportsocracy.com, click on that live video link, hit the subscribe button, and join the House of Reprehensibles, our little YouTube group. Now, let's get into the Davante Adams thing. Because yesterday, Davante Adams gets traded. It was a complete shock to the system for me. I didn't see this coming. I had no clue that this was even being talked about. And then the reports afterward were, yeah, this has been planned all along. Aaron Rodgers knew about it when he took his, $50 million a year, and they brought him back. He was like, look, Devonte just doesn't want to be here anymore. Doesn't matter what we give him, doesn't matter what we offer him. We franchise tagged him so that we could get something out of him. And they do. They end up getting a first and a second round pick from the Las Vegas Raiders. So that's good.
They got demolished in this trade. I mean, demolished.
But what do you do with a receiver who doesn't want to play for you anymore? You got to get something out of him.
You could have gotten more than that. I have absolutely no doubt you could have gotten more than that. But he basically said, I'm going to go play with my little buddy, Derek Carr, with the Raiders, and that's fine. But this is what happens when you paint yourself into corners. Brian Gutekunst, I'm looking right at you. This should have been taken care of forever ago. But you don't do that. Everything has to be a dog and pony show with Green Bay. And I don't know why that is. I can't figure it out. Maybe it's because the ownership group is actually the fan base. I don't know. But you pretty much get what you deserve. This is a team that's had the best quarterback in football for 15 years. Best-ish. There's a lot of Tom Brady in that. So,
yeah.
And you've been to one Super Bowl. There's a reason for that. You're in a cold, really isolated place, and you act like you're better than you are.
Okay.
But, in terms of what they got for Davante Adams, I laughed out loud, and let me tell you why.
Okay, why?
The New York Jets got 2 1s, a 3, and a player for Jamal Adams. You got a 1 and a 2 for the best receiver in this league.
Right.
But he's 30 years. I don't care if he's 38 years old. I don't care. That is a Super Bowl winning player.
Could be.
You traded him for a 1 and a 2.
Could be a Super Bowl winning player.
Yeah.
But never done it.
Hey, you remember that thing I said about Russell Wilson going to Denver? And wonderful. You left the worst team in the NFC West for the worst team in the AFC West.
Yep. It's come to fruition because the AFC West has just they've gone bananas. They've gone absolute bananas with the Chargers bringing in Khalil Mack, and then they added J.C. Jackson to the defense, and they did some other things that were really good. And then
you mean they added one of the 5 best corners in the league?
Oh yeah,
I don't think that's a throwaway.
No. But what I'm saying is that was. The Khalil Mack thing was the earth-shattering move. And then you had the Raiders go out and get Chandler Jones, and then they made the trade with Yannick Ngakoue to get Rock Ya-Sin, and now they've added Davante Adams. And then you got Denver going after Randy Gregory and Russell Wilson. Like, they are just
team in that
loading
division has added 2 Pro Bowlers, except Kansas City.
Yeah. Kansas City's the only one that's sitting back and going, what we got is good enough.
We don't have any money. No one wants to take our $8 because we've already paid our quarterback.
They are trying to create some more room. I saw where they restructured Frank Clark to give them another $7 million to play with.
That's a weird way to say they should have cut him, but okay.
They should have just outright cut him.
Just go away.
Why? Why do you hate Frank Clark now?
Because he's not good.
Come on.
He has Chris Jones right beside him. He's still not an impact pass rusher. They brought in Melvin Ingram, who had 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot on a banana peel, and he could get pass rush. Frank Clark couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to level with you. I think Kansas City is the 3rd best team in that division right now.
No. I can't get on board with you.
You undersell how important Tyrann Mathieu was, and there was no shot. They have nothing to bring him back. So you replace him with Justin Reed.
Yep.
That was the impact player on your defense. And now you have to go up against the Chargers, who are terrifying. The Raiders, who have, and I want you to really think about what I'm going to say, they have the best receiver in the league. Mm-hmm. They have the best slot receiver in the league. Mm-hmm. They have arguably the best tight end in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun trying to stop that, especially Kansas City.
Oh, but they have Derek Carr, so it doesn't matter.
Who's the top 12 quarterback in this league?
Yeah, of course he is.
I love the shade that's been thrown.
And I cannot wait. I honestly just cannot wait. Look, my Raider hatred is gone. It no longer exists, because now you look at this team and they're scary on the defensive side. They're frightening on the offensive side. I mean, if they could half-ass block this year, then Josh Jacobs is going to have a great year. Mm-hmm. And Derek Carr he's got some steam behind him, I'll put it that way, for where I expect him to finish this coming year in the hierarchy of quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, here's a fun story. Did you know the AFC West, their NFC pairing schedule-wise this year, is the NFC West?
Oh, really?
Yeah. That'll be fun. All the primetime, every primetime network, as you're building the schedule, if you don't have an AFC West matchup in any given week, you did it wrong.
So do you slight Brian Gutekunst for this deal?
Absolutely.
For the Davante Adams deal? But is it Devonte came to you and said, I'll only play if I'm going to be traded to the Raiders, and then you just took whatever deal you could? Or where is the fault in that? Where he should have searched for a better deal? What is your want out of Gutekunst for this?
Because you did what you had to do. Davante Adams basically went to them and said, I'm not playing under the franchise tag, and the only place I'll accept a trade to is the Raiders. Mm-hmm. Figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So you lost an asset that now you're going to have to replace with the asset you got back. Now there's no more,
which is
Green
doable.
Bay can't, maybe they won't take a receiver in the first round. You have 2 first-round picks, and I wouldn't be mad if you took 2 of them.
I think you should.
I don't. I have another mock draft coming out today. So
that's right.
At 5 o'clock, happy hour.
Right, happy hour. We will be doing the post-trades mock draft here with a little bit of guesswork. But I'd say at this point, educated guesswork on what the Deshaun Watson deal is finally going to look like.
What the Watson deal is going to look like?
Yeah, on the
3 ones from Atlanta.
No, that's what I'm saying. On the mock draft, we're taking that into account.
Yes.
Of the deal is done in our minds. Moving on. We were going to wait.
Well,
we were going to wait for the move to happen, but it still hasn't happened.
Well, and there's a possibility that's not going to. And I'm just going to level with you. There's a possibility it's not going to, because I can tell you what I'm getting ready to say is true. New Orleans is offering more than Atlanta is, and Atlanta doesn't have anything else to offer.
Right.
So now the reason this is taking so long is because Houston and New Orleans are trying to convince him to go to New Orleans. He wants to go to Atlanta, and I think he's going to win.
Right.
But back to where this originally started, you cannot continue to do these things with your star players. Everybody vilified Aaron Rodgers for, he's such a me guy. Is he, though? Is he really? I saw people say, if he'd have taken $25 million, they could have re-signed Davante Adams. They could have re-signed Davante Adams anyway. Mm-hmm. That's not the problem. The problem is that you have treated your star players like less than star players for a long time. So now you couldn't get past the Rams or the Bucks or any of these other teams with Devonte. What do you think's going to happen without him?
Right. One of my favorite memes going around right now is look at what the other teams at the top of the NFC have done so far, or just have weapons-wise. Look at the L.A. Rams. They went out and got Allen Robinson, and they're still talking about possibly trying to bring in OBJ to pair along with him. So they've still got Robert Woods, who could be traded at any point. I've seen a lot of rumors about that. But they've got,
a lot of teams calling.
Obviously, the number one wide receiver in this past NFL year with Cooper Kupp. And then you go to the Bucks, who just re-signed Chris Godwin. Mike Evans is doing all he can to help them sign somebody else. Could be Julio Jones. You got Tom Brady and Mike Evans both trying to recruit Julio to come and play with them now. They just signed Russell Gage. And you look at the Packers, and we've got who? Who's left for the Green Bay Packers? Jeremy's got buggy eyes, so that means breaking news?
Yep.
All right.
Who's gonna break the news? Who's gonna break the news? Who's gonna break the news? Who's gonna break the news?
I don't think I've ever seen your eyes go that big.
Well, I saw this a minute ago. I was just trying to find the numbers. The Carolina Panthers have extended DJ Moore.
Oh, okay.
It's a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
For how much?
Oh, geez. This is going to be...
Man, I bet you wish you had done this a week ago.
$75 million?
No, that's $25 million. There's one receiver in the NFL that makes that. His name's Davante Adams. 62. That's $21 million a year, and 42 of it's guaranteed. That's from Ian Rappaport.
There you go.
Oh, buddy, that's a lot of money. That's a whole lot of money. Congratulations. You have re-signed your receiver, and I have absolutely no idea who's going to throw it to him.
I don't know that we have a button big enough for this super chat, but...
I mean, I have a bunch of them. I just can't play them on this show.
I'm your huckleberry. I'm your huckleberry.
Repeat it.
The $70 super chat. Here we go.
Those are wonderful.
Yeah. It is from Poss McCurry, who says, I lost my whole account on Kentucky money line last night.
When we come back, I'm going to give some sage advice.
Reloaded with $2,000 and need to double it before I have to tell my wife. Jeremy, I need the best March Madness side to play everything on, or to put everything on tonight.
Oh, I can do that. We have a commercial break coming up right now, which means I have 4 minutes to find your path to fixing this. And I'm gonna. There might be a parlay in this. I don't like parlays, but there might be one in this.
All right, Poss, help is coming all the way after the break.
You have come to the right gent.
That's
because
right.
I love March Madness for this reason.
Here on ESPN Asheville 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400, the station that brings you free stuff when we got it to give away. Give us a call right now at 225-4988. That's 225-4988. And I've got a pair of tickets to the lucky winner. And you can go to Bristol Motor Speedway next weekend for the Carl Customs Bristol Dirt Nationals. It is going to be absolute pandemonium on the dirt for these super late model cars. We got weekend passes for next weekend, March 25th and March 26th. You want to go? All you got to do is call us right now at 225-4988 for a pair of weekend passes next weekend to the Carl Customs Bristol Dirt Nationals. Want to get your tickets elsewhere? I don't know why you would, but if you want to, bristolmotorspeedway.com.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Watching some spring rain showers and thunderstorms cruise in from the west. Could see some quarter-inch plus rains here into tonight and mid-50s. And then a taste of some cooler air coming in for the weekend. Our high temp's still very pleasant in the mid-60s Saturday, but lows Saturday night, upper 30s near 40, and then mid-50s Sunday and mid-30s for Sunday night. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
Dell's semi-annual sale delivers unmatched productivity and play. Right now, save what Dell employees save with 17% off XPS and select Alienware computers powered by Intel Core processors. Visit Dell.com/semi-annual sale or call 800-BY-DELL. That's 800-BY-DELL.
Spring break is here, and summer will be here before you know it, so now's the time to start planning your next great adventure. But before you do, check out podguides.com from iHeartRadio. Podguides.com is your chance to explore the world through audio with an interactive map that's pinned with podcast episodes that serve as your local guide. Podcasts to help with what to see, what to eat, what to avoid, and more. Start your next journey at podguides.com, only from iHeartRadio. Discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love.
Asheville, Monsters of Rock and Roll Rapture. March 18th and 19th, Monster TNT explodes into the Egg Center. Metallic monsters and raw horsepower. Tickets now at monstertnt.com or buy at Allen's Jewelry and Pawn for free pit passes.
Have you ever felt depressed about work, only to have your dad be like, why are you so down? So you told him you hate your job, and he said, well, you better talk yourself out of it. And then you thought, I love to talk. I could host a podcast. And then you went to Spreaker from iHeart and started a podcast and got good at it, then monetized it, then quit your boring job, then told your dad, thanks for the advice. And he was like, well, that's not what I meant, and I don't understand what a podcast is, but you seem happy, so that's great, kiddo. You ever do that? Well, you could. At Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker. Ask your dad. You actually don't.
Forget about that cleaning tip you saw on Facebook and call the experts at Zero Res to give your home the instant clean it deserves this spring. Right now, mention ESPN Asheville, and you'll get 3 rooms of carpet clean for $109, plus a free hallway. Book online at ZeroResAsheville.com.
The Food City Dirt Race is back at Bristol in 2022, and this time it's a night race. 7 p.m. on Easter Sunday, April 17th. Save big by grabbing a weekend package today at BristolMotorspeedway.com.
It's Bristol, baby!
Get ready for the biggest live music event America has ever seen. American Song Contest. The first ever state versus state showdown for Best Hit Song. Hosted by Snoop Dogg.
California's gonna crush it.
And Kelly Clarkson.
Nah, it's all Texas.
Artists from every state performing original songs. Your vote determines who wins. Don't miss American Song Contest. Premieres live Monday, March 21st at 8/7 Central on NBC.
Rogue Combat Club, Asheville's home for comprehensive martial arts training, has a goal for our community, one that's stronger, more fit, and unwavers in its support of one another. Rogue Combat Club's instructors have competed at the highest levels and offer classes for everyone from young children to adults in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and wrestling. Rogue Combat Club classes can help you boost your self-confidence and self-defense skills while weeding out the egos and intimidation found at other gyms. Join today at RogueCombatClub.com.
The underdog, the long shot, the nobody from nowhere, never gonna happen 100 to 1 shot. We know something about that. We're with you every step of the way.
This week at Ingles, select 6 to 12 count Laurel and Cuddly soft bath tissue, $3.98 each. Select sizes and varieties Kellogg's Frosted Flakes or Fruit Loop cereal, 2 for $4. And select sizes and varieties Tide laundry detergent, $12.98 each. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
And welcome back into ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. Our most overrated bands bracket is, our next matchup is live right now in the YouTube chat. U2 versus Nickelback. Who is the most overrated between the two? Our latest matchup in the Sweet 16. Right now, it's not even close. U2. 86% to Nickelback's 14%. I thought for sure this one would be close.
I didn't. I really never thought this was going to be close.
The hatred is very, very strong for U2.
As well it should be.
And they're
the only band that I've ever seen commandeer every cell phone in America.
That's what it is.
Awful assault on your earlobes.
It's the revenge voting for that awful album that got thrown onto every Apple device.
So bad. They're so bad.
And that seems like it was 10 years ago. And still, to this day, people hate them for it. All right, it was asked of you. Poss McCurry asked in the comments he needs something to help him bring back the money to his bankroll because he lost it all on Kentucky last night.
All right, so I would be remiss if I didn't make this abundantly clear.
Okay.
You never put all of your doubloons in one basket. That's on me for never saying that out loud. Never do more than 25% on anything. I don't care if it is the cinch bet of the century.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say we do a segment for Ingles that plays in the Southeast. There is free money to be had. Where most people make mistakes is when they start chasing. Because I've looked at every game this afternoon. There's not one line that I feel good about.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are a couple that are live right now that I feel pretty good about. I'll get to those in a second. Now, this is a bit of a long play because this is a month from now. As of right now, there are two players that could go number one in the NFL draft. Aiden Hutchinson, Trayvon Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas is gifting you free monies because however many dollars you can put on both of those, you can get Aiden Hutchinson at plus 300 right now. You can get Trayvon Walker at plus 2,200. There's a lot of get right in that.
To go number one overall?
Yeah, because it's one of those two. There is nobody else. The Evan Neal thing's done. The Ike McQuaney thing is done. That's all done.
Okay.
Not going to happen. Two guys. And it has not adjusted yet. And I might have a sizable doubloon amount on Trayvon Walker.
Because he's what?
Plus 2,200.
Plus 2,200.
Plus 2,200. DeMarvin Leal has a better chance, according to Vegas, right now. That's going to change very quickly.
Okay.
Now, if you need something a little quicker, there are a couple that I will tell you I feel really good about. First one, Delaware and Villanova are almost dead up right now. If you go to betus.com, you can bet that one live. As of right now, the line is Villanova minus 9.5. And I would take that and run all the way to the little piggy bank because Delaware's shooting 60% from the floor and they're still only up by 1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to watch this to know this is not sustainable. Villanova's drastically better. Vegas knows it. That's why that line's still so high.
Right.
The other one that you can get some immediate gratification, Miami and USC are they just tipped off, or they're getting ready to tip off in the next moment or two.
Mm-hmm.
That game's going to start pretty quick, and the over-under is going to move a lot. Go under. As soon as it hits 137, and it's going to. I'll ring a bell when it does. Go under.
Okay.
Go under and go aggressively under.
But there's not a line today that you look at and go.
There's not one that I look at and go, that's a no-doubter.
Mm-hmm.
Because the one thing you don't want to do in this situation, and we are doing a public service here trying to help, the one thing you don't want to do is chase. Chasing is how you end up like the Monopoly man with your pockets pulled out like, uh-oh.
Right.
So you have to go safe. The number in NCAA tournament games is so aggressively wagered on. Numbers for tomorrow, you can catch some value before the public gets a hold of it and just completely throws it into the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at St. Peter's, Vermont, Murray State, there was a slew of them yesterday that the public just broke into a billion pieces. But if you catch them a day out, then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
The under in USC Miami and the over in Notre Dame, Alabama. Those two are get-right spots, and I do not see any way they don't hit.
I thought for sure you'd be all over UTC plus the 8 against Illinois today.
And I am. I'm not going to lie to you.
That's not one of
I think there's something to be said for, maybe throw a bill on UTC in the money line.
In the money line? You think they're going to win it outright?
I do.
Oh.
By the way, Miami USC has started out at just a snail's pace, so you better go get that right now because it's only going to get lower.
Mm-hmm. All right. Of course, we encourage you to take all of your wagers over to betus.com, betus.com. Use the promo code Sportsocracy.
135.5. Go now. Miami USC under 135.5.
Don't forget to use our promo code Sportsocracy and get a 125% deposit bonus on whatever you put in, up to $2,500. Let's get just a bit outside.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
The Sportsocracy.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
All right, those lovely folks from PETA, they're back at it. They're taking their war to the world of sports for insensitive names for things. Remember we brought you the story about the bullpen last year where PETA was all upset and wanted Major League Baseball to change the name of the bullpen because it hurts cows' feelings or something. Well, they're doing it again, and this time they're setting their sights on the NFL. Have you seen this, Jeremy?
No.
They now want the NFL to stop using the term horse collar tackle, because horse collar tackle, that makes light of using horses for industry purposes. And so you should no longer refer to the certain penalty on the field as the horse collar tackle because it makes light of using tight harnesses to exploit horses for labor, quote unquote. They suggest, though, that instead of calling it a horse collar tackle, you can call it a back collar tackle or the Goodell grab. The Goodell grab. Words matter, and the term horse collar tackle trivializes an old-style contraption that exploits horses for labor, and the NFL should waste no time throwing a flag at this archaic term. Ugh. Go away. Don't you have enough to worry about?
I mean, people have too much time on their hands. Like, I genuinely do not understand how you have time to be irritated by that.
Right.
There are a lot of things that people get upset about. That's one of them I don't understand.
No.
Something that Chicago Bears fans were upset about was apparently their new GM doesn't understand how the signing system works because he gave Larry Ogunjobi a 3-year, $40.5 million deal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently the outrage from people like me that went, wait, what? Was enough that when he came in and was not recovering exactly how he was supposed to from a foot injury, they went, nope, failed the physical. We are out of this deal. I've seen some really bad contracts in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the first one where you could have convinced me that when they sent this into the league office, somebody hit a wrong button and added a 0. If you had told me this was a 3-year deal for $4 million, I would have gone, no, that's a value. Not by much, but it's a value.
Right.
At $40 million, I laughed until I almost tinkled on myself. And when I saw he failed his physical, I went, yeah, they paid a doctor and went, he ain't passing this.
Right. You find something. Bone spurs, ligaments, I don't
care
know.
if he's built like Hercules at this point. He is failing this thing somehow. You figure out how to do it. Hilarious.
Just trying to find a way to get out of a bad deal.
It's terrible. It's terrible, and virtually every person like me went, what are you doing?
Okay.
By the way, if you listen to me on Villanova, they've gone on a 7-0 run since that came out of my mouth. College basketball's fun.
Hope you get it in quick.
College basketball's fun because you don't necessarily have to watch it to know exactly what's happening. If a team's shooting 60%, the other team's shooting 30%, and you're up by 1, you are about to get run out of the building.
Right.
And we're in the process of seeing that.
Mm-hmm. Like, I imagine this will end up something sort of like the Gonzaga game ended up yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that was cute.
That was cute.
Everybody lost their mind. Gonzaga, what's happening? Give it a minute.
Gonzaga's on the ropes with 11 minutes to go. Okay, what happened over the next 7 minutes?
Well, they scored 57 points in the second half.
They went on a 24-1 run yesterday and threw everybody, off of that ledge that you were standing on going, wait a minute, Gonzaga's my national champion.
That's because Mark Few went, hey, we have Chet Holmgren. Maybe we should run this offense through him.
Right. It's a 2-point game with like 11 minutes to go. They ended up winning by 21. Unfortunately, they did not cover the spread. The closing line was 22.5, which they did lead by 24 with just a few seconds left.
Oh, there's a bad beat there.
Yeah.
Fear.
Oh, most definitely, because I believe the last bucket that Georgia State hit was a 3 to cut it to 21. So you had that covered, and then you went, oh, like it was close.
No!
It was close, and then they started blowing them out. They were up by 25, and then, nope, missed it. Still missed it.
I had a couple of those yesterday. It's really hard to start a tournament missing the first 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, here's my tact. I'm going to take every team that I hear is the Cinderella I'm going to bet it all against them. Because it seems like that happens every single year. Oh, Vermont's the sneaky sleeper. 40 minutes later.
All right, Davante Adams is gone from Green Bay. And that has shifted things in the hierarchy of the NFC. I mean, now when you look at the NFC, do you see Green Bay and go, well, I mean, they have Aaron Rodgers, but there's still a huge question mark there.
They're the best team in that division by 3 games.
In the division, yeah.
You know what I see? 3 absolute dog water divisions. That's what I see.
Yep.
The East, North, and South are horrid.
Yep, pretty much.
If I'm the Atlanta
Except
Falcons,
for one
I'm
team.
like, okay, what does it take to get this done? Because Deshaun Watson comes here, we're a playoff team. No doubt about it.
Oh, no doubt. If New Orleans lands Deshaun Watson, yeah, they're in the discussion. Easy.
The third team in the NFC right now might be the Dallas Cowboys.
Might be. I think it's the Green Bay Packers, but okay.
No, they still got Minnesota in the division. I would say Minnesota would be the second best team in the East. So I feel better about Dallas than I do about Green Bay.
Right. Oh, so you're saying Green Bay would be 4 for you?
They probably.
I mean,
would
you
be,
need to get some weapons in the building.
Yeah, it's for me. It would go Rams, Bucks, Cowboys, Packers,
Okay.
and then it falls off a cliff
Yes,
to
it
5.
does. Yes, it does. We were talking in our in our little group chat yesterday with the lovely listeners of our program, and I said, you know what, it should actually be all teams from the AFC, and we just get like 3 slots from the NFC next year in the playoffs. Because the AFC, they're, you know, like the 12th best team in the AFC is a playoff contender, or would be a playoff contender in the NFC.
It's a really bad time to pull for the Jets, Jaguars, or Texans.
Yeah.
Because we're the only 3 completely hopeless teams in this conference.
And who's the next one above that? Pittsburgh?
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
And I don't think it's all that close. And I would say Cleveland is closer to the bottom 3 teams than they are even in the ballpark of the rest of that conference.
I don't know if I can get down with that.
That's because you still, for some reason, don't see that Baker Mayfield is horrendous.
I don't think he's going to be there. They will find a way to get him out of town.
I don't know that there is a way. I don't actually know that there is a way. But without them just completely admitting this was the worst number 1 overall selection in 10 years.
They've already done it, haven't they?
No, they're still like, he could get on the field and be healthy. Yeah, he could be a playoff team. No, you can't. No, you can't.
No, you can't.
Not in that conference.
Right. Deshaun Watson made his decision, though. You feel like he's made it. He's just not letting anybody know.
I feel like barring something changes, he wants to be in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Atlanta has rolled out the red carpet for him. Every celebrity in Atlanta has called him and said, come home, we'll love you here. And with all of the disrespect that came from the Texans, he is really embracing that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that being said, there is something holding this up. The only thing that makes any sense to anybody I talk to is New Orleans is offering more, which makes sense because they have that player that Houston wants and Atlanta doesn't.
Right.
Atlanta does not have a young player because they're not coming off A.J. Terrell. It's just not going to happen. They signed Casey Hayward to tutor him.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that makes sense to me, is that Houston knows they have no leverage, and the hope is they can convince him to love New Orleans.
Oh, okay. So they're throwing up the roadblock right now of, are you really sure?
Well, I mean, they control the cards in that. Deshaun controls, is he going to come off this? And because he's already told Carolina and Cleveland, I'm out.
Right. Well, and the report is that he told Carolina no because Carolina refused to guarantee his money, which, hats off to you. David Tepper in the front office, apparently what Deshaun wanted was the 3rd and the 4th years of his contract to be fully guaranteed.
Of course he did.
And David Tepper and company were like, no, we're not going to do that. It's too much risk.
Of course he did.
Mm-hmm. But he's probably going to get it from those other teams.
He certainly will.
Right.
Rob Johnson asked in the comments, how are they going to pay Deshaun Watson and pay Matt Ryan? Because Matt Ryan's going to be somewhere else.
Yeah, Matt Ryan's going to be in Indianapolis.
That's
Colt.
the other part of this, is that I think that's what they're waiting on. They want to do right by Matt Ryan. Where do you want to go? Because he has more of a market than people think.
Mm-hmm. They already pushed his signing bonus back by 3-4 days, something like that.
It's to Tuesday. It was supposed to hit today.
Right.
They pushed it back to Tuesday.
He's got a $7.5 million signing bonus that is due or was due today, and they pushed it back to next week, hoping that he can find a trade partner, and then that money won't, they won't have to pay that money.
Indy wants Matt Ryan. They value Matt Ryan above Jimmy Garoppolo because their intention is they're going to take Matt Ryan and a rookie in this draft because the quarterbacks are going to fall further than you think.
Which you'll see in our mock draft coming up in the happy hour today.
Oh, no.
Only on the YouTube stream.
There we go.
Go to thesportsocracy.com, click on that live video link. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. So, Indianapolis is going to be in on Matt Ryan. We know that. I know Seattle has already called to ask about what the price would be to get him in a trade.
Seattle's like, we need a quarterback. We don't really care who it is.
And they're going to get one. It's going to be Baker Mayfield, but they'll get one.
And then they'll be at home with Baker Mayfield.
Well, they were going to be anyway.
Yeah, that team's not good.
No. You get Baker Mayfield for a year. They'll do the same thing, draft a quarterback, and then move on.
And then
we get to play
gutted.
And then we get to play the fun game of where does Baker Mayfield end up next year as a free agent?
Sorry. I love the ability to live wager things.
Right.
Since I said this out loud, Villanova's gone on a 15-2 run, and Miami USC is 10-4 with 11 minutes to go in the first half.
Yikes.
USC has 4 whole points. Good for you.
Good for you. I mean, that's like that Texas Tech Montana State game. It opened up 29-8, Texas Tech favor, and they haven't looked back since. They're just beating the snot out of them, pretty much like the Carolina Tar Heels did yesterday to the Marquette Golden Eagles.
I am looking forward to seeing them play Baylor.
I am too. Because I think
if Caleb Love plays the way he played yesterday, they could beat Baylor.
Oh, I think we can handle them. I really do.
I don't like how you just said that.
No, I didn't mean like blow them out. I meant I think they can beat them. They have no answer for Brady Manick. Brady Manick he's just taken on a life of his own. And I love it.
It's the mullet.
28 points, 13 rebounds yesterday in that Marquette game. He and Caleb Love together hit 11 threes. That's the thing. If the shots aren't falling for Carolina, you know they're doomed. Mm-hmm. But if they get hot and Brady hits, what was it yesterday? I think he had a streak of 4 in a row that just went, okay, this is for real now. And he's had successful games against Baylor before. Remember, he came from the Big 12. And, of course, we will have the coverage of that game for you right here on ESPN Asheville tomorrow. Game tips at 12:10, I believe. So the pregame here on ESPN Asheville will start at 11 o'clock with Jones Angel, Dave Nathan, Eric Montross, and the rest of the crew on the Tar Heel Radio Network with Learfield Sports. All right, so Deshaun Watson still trying to make up his mind. I think it's a good thing for Carolina Panthers fans.
I absolutely do.
I think it's a great thing that you look. I know you wanted the splashy move to happen,
but why?
But again, because you wanted to you wanted to be in the news, because you wanted to have something to buy a jersey for. I get it. I get why people want superstars to be on their teams. It's just, are you built for that kind of a move? No, you're not. And I think bringing in Deshaun Watson with a lame duck head coach was going to be a bad recipe anyway.
The more control you give Matt Rule here, the worse off your franchise is going to be.
Oh, yeah. I would not be surprised to come to find out after Matt Rule gets fired that they wouldn't let him do anything this past year when it comes to roster decisions and such.
And he's had way too much say.
Mm-hmm. Scott Fitterer took it all. We'll find out that Scott Fitterer took it all over, and Matt Rule was unhappy. Sorry.
I do think that our wonderful Carolina Panther fan base will be very happy with who they get at number 6 in my mock draft.
Okay.
Because things have changed a little bit in the last few weeks.
So it's no longer Charles Cross.
It is not.
Okay. All
Charles
right,
Cross
so
actually
switch it up.
falls to the middle of the first round.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. It has been an absolute crazy free agency period. I don't know that we've ever seen this many major moves be made in one offseason. I mean, when you go from Russell Wilson changing teams to Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper going to the Cleveland Browns, that's one of the reasons I don't buy into the Cleveland Browns being down at the bottom of the AFC this year. Because they're going to find a quarterback. Kevin Stefanski's going to turn that team into a winner.
I don't know that you're right about that. They may be a victim of their own circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
They may be the new Seattle Seahawks. There's nothing really wrong with you. You're just got completely lapped by everybody in your division. Because they're the worst team in that division. I don't think it's all that close.
I don't agree with that.
You can be wrong. That's fine. If you're about to say Pittsburgh,
today they're better than Pittsburgh's better than them today.
Yep.
Okay.
They were better than them last year with Ben, who may very possibly have actually died halfway through last year. How much worse could Mitch Trubisky actually be?
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear the list of quarterbacks that were lower rated than Ben Roethlisberger last year?
Yeah.
You want to hear it again? Yeah, to me, they're drastically better. And they've had a phenomenal offseason, too.
Mm-hmm.
And they wind up with a guy in my mock draft that I saw it and I went, well, that would be good.
Right.
That's a very Pittsburgh Steelery kind of thing to do.
Right. I mean, they're clearly behind the Ravens and clearly behind the Bengals to me. But Pittsburgh, it's very close between those two in my eyes.
Yeah, one of them's the Steelers and one of them's the Browns. That's a 2-game difference by itself.
And if they end up with Jimmy Garoppolo, you still feel like they're better?
Who?
Cleveland.
Cleveland will not end up with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Okay.
For them, it's Baker Mayfield or blow it up. Those are their two choices. Jimmy Garoppolo has no interest in going there. First of all, he doesn't want to play outside. That's the reason that the Pittsburgh thing never made any sense.
Right.
He's sitting around waiting for New Orleans to come open when Deshaun bypasses them.
Gotcha.
And I won't be shocked if Deshaun somehow went to New Orleans if he started making some noise about Atlanta or Indy or one of these dome teams. Jimmy Garoppolo knows he needs a good year or two of staying healthy and leading a good team to rebuild the market, because there's a public narrative on him that I don't really understand, and I never have, and he's going to be very picky.
Well, it's the injury thing. It's the same thing it's always been with Jimmy Garoppolo. It's your greatest ability is your availability, and now that he's just had...
Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. I think we have breaking news. I've just tried to...
Who's gonna break the news? Who's gonna break the news? Who's gonna break the news?
Well, this is fortuitous timing. Now, you gotta listen to the end because there's a but to this.
Okay.
It's from Adam Schefter. Deshaun Watson has decided he wants to play for the Cleveland Browns in a stunning change of events per sources. Watson has informed the Houston Texans that he is now willing to waive his no-trade clause to be dealt to Cleveland. It is now up to the Texans and Browns to finalize a trade agreement for Watson.
Okay.
There's more to that than you think. I think this is a play.
A play?
I think this is a play. This is a play to get Atlanta to come off what they want. They do not want to trade him in this conference. They've said it the entire time. I think they're using Cleveland. Now, I could be wrong. He could end up a Brown before the day is over.
Right.
And that makes me really angry because I just did a mock draft with him going to Atlanta.
Yeah. It's time to redo the mock draft. You got time. We only have an hour and 10 minutes before we have to go on live with the
can you decide
happy hour.
what you're going to do?
So now Deshaun Watson apparently wants to go to Cleveland. Okay.
Very important to understand, there is no trade agreement between those two teams. They have been very steadfast.
Wait. I thought they had already had a meeting. And didn't you have to have a deal in place before you got the meeting?
That was what was said.
Okay.
That was what was said. They apparently have no agreement in place.
Interesting. All right, we'll see how that unfolds. Greene on Greene is coming up next. Jeremy's got your winners of the night. Sorry.
I believe real estate isn't about properties. It's about people. I am Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, serving all of Western North Carolina. Navigating the home buying and selling journey can feel overwhelming at times, and that's why having an agent who cares about you and your needs is key. I'm a native of Western North Carolina, and I close over a home a week. I'm an expert in the market, pricing my sellers correctly to net you the most money, and working as a skilled negotiator for my buyers. Please give me a call today at 828-774-6343 to set up a complimentary market analysis.
If cleanliness is next to godliness, look around the car right now. Is that very godly? Look, life comes at you fast, but so does WBNC Auto Detailing. They have the tools to make your interior look like it's coming off the showroom floor. You don't believe me? Check them out on Instagram. All that filth and years of stains disappear. WBNC Auto Detailing does full interior and exterior details with paint correction, and they do wax and ceramic coatings. Call WBNC Auto Detailing at 455-3700. Premium care with a Southern hospitality touch.
The job market is competitive right now, so you need to be competitive to attract top talent. If you're trying to fill open positions at your business, iHeartMedia is here to help. Use radio and digital targeting to find fresh, passive candidates currently in the workforce. These candidates are listening right now, looking for new opportunities. Together, we can let the community know you're hiring. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Paid for by government.com. Have you heard? The United States Mint has issued the Morgan Silver Dollar for the first time in 100 years. Not only that, but they are also minted in 99.9% pure silver for the first time ever in history. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone that knows the enduring popularity of Morgans. But you must hurry. Only 175,000 legal tender silver dollars were issued. These Morgan Silver Dollars are brand new, bright and shiny legal tender coins minted by the iconic Philadelphia Mint. Just call 1-800-973-3098 and you are guaranteed a new 99.9% pure silver Morgan dollar. The first time in history this has happened. But with limited quantities, you must call now to order. To learn more, call 1-800-973-3098. If you order now, you will receive a free collector bonus, a $25 value free with every order. Call 1-800-973-3098 now to secure your new Morgan Silver Dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-973-3098.
New message. Hey, man, it's Devin. You know, from that time you accidentally emailed me because you thought I was a different Devin. Oh, and your email signature said confidential. If you receive this in error, please delete. That's so you. Anyway, I heard you bought a boat. When are we setting sail, Captain?
When you get a boat, you also get new friends. Make sure Progressive's one of them and get coverage today for as little as $100 a year.
Oh, and no, you did not receive this message in error.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Annual premium for basic liability policy not available in all states.
At Panera, you can say yes to both of your cravings. We call it You Pick Two. And with over 465 pairings, you'll find a meal sure to satisfy any mood. Are you feeling both fresh and fun? Pick our Fuji apple salad with a new Thai chicken soup. Or maybe you're feeling classic and bold. Pair some creamy mac and cheese with our new Citrus Asian Crunch salad. Pick your perfect pair and order a You Pick Two today. Panera, the familiar made fantastic.
If cleanliness is next to godliness, look around the car right now. Is that very godly? Look, life comes at you fast, but so does WBNC Auto Detailing. They have the tools to make your interior look like it's coming off the showroom floor. You don't believe me? Check them out on Instagram. All that filth and years of stains disappear. WBNC Auto Detailing does full interior and exterior details with paint correction, and they do wax and ceramic coatings. Call WBNC Auto Detailing at 455-3700. Premium care with a Southern hospitality touch.
Office, the closers on. Get them the money. Then when you get the money, you get the power. That watch costs more than your car. Then when you get the power, then you get the weapons.
Oh, NFL free agency's fun. I went 3-1 Wednesday night, trying to get back over 500. Just one game away. Got 4 picks for you in the NBA. First, my 2022 NBA champion Denver Nuggets are a 2.5-point favorite tonight at Cleveland. Hey, you remember that thing I've said about Cleveland ever since Jared Allen went out?
They're not good.
I'm 3-0 since, and I ain't changing tonight. Nikola Jokic is going to be a problem This line is ridiculous. Give me the Nuggets minus 2.5. Next, the Indiana Pacers are a 4-point favorite at the Houston Rockets. Houston is horrible, and they're not trying to win. This is one of the few teams that I can look at and go, if you don't believe tanking's a thing, watch everything they do. They can't stop Malcolm Brogdon. I think this is going to be a comfortable win for Indiana. I kind of like the under, too, because the over-under is 243.5. Not giving you that one, though. Give me the Pacers minus the 4. Finally, the Phoenix Suns are a 5.5-point favorite tonight against the Chicago Bulls. Over-under is 231.5. Vegas can't figure Chicago out, and I'm reaping the benefits of it. This is not a good matchup for them, and they probably get their doors blown off in the fourth quarter. I do think they'll keep it close for 3 quarters. Phoenix, in that 8-minute stretch run, is going to eviscerate them. Give me the Suns minus 5.5, over 231.5.
Go and do likewise, gents. The money's out there. You pick it up, it's yours. You don't, I got no sympathy for you.
And as always, take your wagers over to BetUs.com. BetUS.com, use the promo code Sportsocracy and get a 125% deposit bonus on whatever you put in, up to $100. We'll get you caught up on the latest news in the NFL coming up after the Sports Center update at the top of the hour. Man, things are shifting. Much like they're shifting in my life, because PhD weight loss is helping me shed all those unwanted pounds, reducing the belly fat and, well, basically all of the other fat that I have on my body. I am down more than 48 pounds now. I'm only 1.2 pounds away from getting that 50-pound bag from PhD next week. I cannot wait.
I am back to my high school weight. Every person that sees me with my birthday this past week, they all said, "You look different." Quickly figured out it's because I've lost a considerable amount of weight. I'm sleeping better, I feel better, and it's all because of the food from PhD Weight Loss.
They will teach you how to eat better. They'll teach you how to, get more exercise, be more active, but there's no, rigorous exercise involved in this deal. You don't have to go join a gym or anything. It's just all through nutrition. 80% of losing weight, having success losing weight, is through nutrition. Go to myphdweightloss.com. That's myphdweightloss.com.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Watching some spring rain showers and thunderstorms cruise in from the west. Could see some quarter-inch plus rains here into tonight and mid-50s. And then a taste of some cooler air coming in for the weekend. Our high temps still very pleasant in the mid-60s Saturday, but lows Saturday night, upper 30s near 40, and then mid-50s Sunday and mid-30s for Sunday night. I'm meteorologist Scott Lariamore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Celebrate the music you loved listening to all year.
Plus, your favorite artists will take home iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Don't miss our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Watch exclusively on Fox.
This Tuesday night at 8.
We're all looking forward to getting back to real-life moments. Thanks to COVID vaccines that help prevent severe illness, we can do this. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services is proud to help celebrate the iHeartRadio Music Awards. Visit vaccines.gov today.
NexGard of Fox Alaner is monthly flea and tick protection that's #1 vet recommended and #1 dog preferred. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Ask your vet or visit nextguardfordogs.com to learn more.
63 Americans a day die by gun suicide. By storing our guns safely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo, we can give our loved ones a second chance at life. Learn more at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
From the Ingles Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart Radio Station.
This is SportsCenter.
Hello there, I'm Mark Robbins with some breaking news at the ESPN Radio Sports Center. It is changing day by day, and now Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson, according to ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter, has decided, Watson that is, that he wants to play for the Cleveland Browns. And Watson has informed the Texans he's willing to waive his no-trade clause to be dealt to Cleveland. Now, I know what we said yesterday and I said a little while ago, but that's the latest. Deshaun Watson wants to be traded to the Cleveland Browns, and thank you to ESPN's Adam Schefter. Day 2 for a full slate of NCAA men's basketball tournament games, 16 on the schedule. Picking up first-round wins today, Ohio State. And Purdue's about to wrap things up 28 with 2 minutes to go on Yale. Those two out of the Big Ten. The 2 seed in the Midwest, Auburn, gets a victory over Jacksonville State. And in the women's side, top seed, overall seed, South Carolina beats Howard by the final of 79-21. That's the fewest points ever scored in a game.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. We're close, convenient, and known for our guaranteed everyday low prices and excellent customer service from professional parts people you can trust. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
He's a degenerate gambler.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
And he's cheaper than oxygen.
He's useless.
But somehow, they make it work. Jeremy Greene, Tank Spencer. There's no holding back in the Sportsocracy, presented by Ingles Supermarkets.
And welcome back into the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville. 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We are heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app, seen everywhere live in the Ingles Studio on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com. We got the live video link up there on the front page. All you got to do is click on it, and don't forget to subscribe so you can get into the chat as well. You can join the House of Reprehensibles and super chat with us and all of the fun things. We need you to get in on the most overrated bands bracket. We are deciding today another Sweet 16 matchup. Most overrated band, is it U2 or is it Nickelback? And U2 is walking away with this, or they were earlier. It's back. It fell down to like 54 to 46, and now it's back to 68% to 32%. U2 more overrated than Nickelback. So if you want to make sure that Nickelback moves on to the next round, don't forget to vote in the chat on the YouTube stream. We've been talking about the wild, crazy free agency period that we've had in the NFL.
Prepping shows is fun.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're going to talk about this. No, we're not.
The numbers don't matter. The salary cap numbers don't matter. It's just whoever could strike a deal, and we will mop it up afterward.
Well, the number is out on Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson apparently going to the Cleveland Browns.
5 years, $230 million, fully guaranteed.
Yep.
That is $84 million more guaranteed than any player has ever gotten in NFL history.
Now, your biggest qualm with Baker Mayfield was you don't want to pay the quarterback. But now that it's Deshaun Watson, I mean, obviously Deshaun Watson, way better of a quarterback on the field than Baker Mayfield ever thought about being. Are you still going down that path? Is this bad for the Cleveland Browns? I don't see how it is.
No, because this team was close to contention anyway. Mm-hmm. The team around him was fine. Baker was the problem. This is going to be the price that they give up is going to be ludicrous. I mean, ludicrous. For them to have gotten back into this, the fully guaranteed is how they got Deshaun Watson on board.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's a question of what is the compensation going to be. According to Ian Rappaport, it starts at 3 ones plus 2 assets.
Okay.
I don't know who that could be. I mean, I'm looking at Cleveland's team going, you going to give up JOK and
Nick Chubb?
Nick Chubb's, I mean, he's an asset, but he's not really, not an asset like this. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be a lot of draft capital, obviously a lot of money. Good googly moo. This is going to be intense. Mm-hmm. And now the Cleveland Browns they're a thing now.
Yep.
They were not a thing. Now they're a thing. And I know somebody's going to ask this question, so I'm going to see if it's been taken off the board, because if it hasn't, it might be the first live wager we've ever done in this show.
Of what their odds are to win it all?
Super Bowl. The only thing I want to know. What are their Super Bowl odds? Tell me now.
Plus 2,600. I don't know. I'm just throwing out a number.
They're off the board.
Oh, they're off the board. You know better than anybody. Vegas acts quickly.
Yeah, Vegas knew this before any of us did.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even wager on who's going to win the AFC right now. This is a complete landscape altering deal.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you have Deshaun Watson and Amari Cooper
with that running game.
Yeah, and I don't really care what else you have. Because I'll be honest with you, you're going to see at least one good vet free agent go, yep, I'm going there. Because he's been keeping tabs on receivers the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Allen Robinson tapped out when the Rams offered $15 million a year.
I don't think it's going to be OBJ. I really don't know about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't look for it to be Odell Beckham Jr.
I don't think Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be okay with that. I know most of his qualm was with Baker Mayfield, but that didn't end well.
Armchair Commentary says he got the Browns at 2,200, plus 2,200.
There you go.
That is not a bad wager. That's Pos McCurry, who we helped in the first hour. There's another one. If you're willing to play the super long game, that's not a bad one either.
So if you were putting this deal together for the Cleveland Browns, you would offer JOK? That would be let me say, if you were putting together a deal that you think will get accepted, JOK has to be a part of it?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I got this in the break. I got a text from somebody I trust that's very well connected.
Mm-hmm.
It verbatim says, it's more than you think.
Wow.
And I would have had it at JOK, 3 1s, and probably Greg Newsome.
That's what I was thinking.
That's really the only 2 young players they have that you could come off of. If it's more than that, because they're apparently willing to pay more than that was the starting price. So this could end up being 4 1s and 2 players and more capital. And you know what? If I'm Cleveland, I don't even kind of care.
Well, it depends on how many of those assets you had to give up.
I don't care.
You don't care.
If Cleveland said I need 8 1s right now for Deshaun Watson, done. I would not have thought a second thing about it.
I'll go down the Les Snead angle here of I don't care about the draft picks. I get that they matter. You can have all the draft picks that you want. It's who am I going to have to take away from this team because we have to still be in the chase. We can't be like the Denver Broncos and just get Russell Wilson and it not move the needle because that's what Denver has now seen.
It's fine. If I'm Cleveland, I have 7 more picks in this draft outside of the first round. That is what would be sacred to me.
Mm-hmm.
You can have 13. I mentally checked out on that a long time ago. You're not getting any other picks from me this year. The rest of them are gonna be. I'm gonna kick them I'll kick that can down the road. You can have my 2 next year, my 3 2 years from now. I need the depth pieces because this is a very good depth draft.
Yes.
And I'll be honest with you. You're going to be able to add a receiver at 44. Jahan Dotson has been there in virtually every mock I've done.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to, I'll be honest with you. Cleveland is now the favorite to win their division. I'm not going to go as far as to say they're the favorite to win the AFC, but I would have them at 2.
Okay. At number 2 behind Kansas City?
Behind Buffalo.
Buffalo. Okay.
Kansas City. I'm going to be more down on Kansas City than anybody you ever hear talking to a microphone. Because they've sat still.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else has gotten better, and you've sat still because you came up against this salary cap thing first. Now Cleveland's going to be in the same position you are. But they have not as good, but very close to as good of a quarterback as you do, and their defense is better than yours.
This just further made it worse. The discrepancy between the AFC and the NFC in the 2022 NFL
NFC
season.
Needs to just take a year off and just, you know what? We're going to let the AFC teams play each other because the NFC is completely irrelevant.
Now, this is now where we take over that soccer rule, the relegation rule of those who didn't finish in the playoffs in the AFC. Now you could be relegated down to the NFC.
I'm doing this completely off the top of my head. If I had to set odds in the AFC, Buffalo would be 1, Cleveland would be 2. I think the Chargers would be 3.
Okay.
And then there's just a mishmash of Chiefs, Raiders,
Bengals, Ravens,
Steelers,
Raiders.
I already said the Raiders.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, there's like 8 teams. If you're a Miami Dolphins, you can spin until you're blue in the face. You do not matter. Sorry about your luck. I've already seen our schedule. You're not going to like it.
Right.
They're in the AFC East with us. Oh, I'm 95% sure we play the West this year. Well, there's 4 losses. That was fun. We don't have to play those. That's fun. Just chalk them up. I don't need to see us lose 42-6.
Just all of them. You're going to lose every bit of that.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Schefter's saying it's 3 1s, a 3, and a 5.
And no players?
That is not more than I thought it was.
And no players?
As of right now.
If they didn't have to give
5
up
picks.
I was going to say, if they didn't have to give up a current asset to get that deal done.
From Schefter, it is expected to include 3 1s, a 3rd-round pick, and potentially a 5th-round pick. As of right now, no players. That would mean they came off their price. Which would stand to reason because I heard the Falcons were at 3 1s done.
Yeah.
It's 3 1s and you get nothing else.
Oh, that's probably why they were trying to, if it is true that they were trying to get them onto the New Orleans deal. Of at least they're going to offer us Marcus Davenport or whoever was included in that deal.
Having said, you always forget my Titans. I did not forget your Titans. They're in that tier of
under all of those teams that we just said.
Doom and despair. No, I still
you'd
think
have them above really who? Above the Ravens?
I don't know, to be really honest with
you. Yeah.
The AFC next year is going to be.
This is the first time I think I've ever seen Jeremy's brain just be broken.
I literally,
I don't know what to do.
You can't see this under my headphones, but there is smoke coming out of my ears right now.
And you do not have a heater over there on the other side of the desk. That's the one rule in the building that he does apply to or abide by.
But I might need one. Wow.
Adam Schefter tweeting out Baker Mayfield now will be able to get the trade he wants.
And it's Seattle.
I would say so.
That's the only place that makes any sense. New Orleans never had any interest. It was for them, it was Deshaun Watson or we'll roll with Jameis Winston. Mm-hmm. Atlanta, that's going to be an uncomfortable conversation. Matt, buddy, we're so happy you're here. Like this, give us a hug. Come on, give us a hug.
But come on, I mean, people made a big deal about that with Baker Mayfield, and I completely understand.
There is a
the
huge
Baker Mayfield
difference between Baker Mayfield
I'm
and Matt
not
Ryan.
saying that they're the same. I'm just saying it was they'll never come back from this. Well, with a guy like Baker, I understand that. I told you that on Friday. You can't come back from this. He is so fragile mentally that he'll never be able to suit up for this team again. And then the request for the trade comes, and now we're at the spot that we're at. But with Matty Ice, he understands. He knows what this is all about. If they've got an opportunity, they've already done everything they could. They're doing backflips to help me find a positive landing spot. Well, guess what? If that goes away, this is still my team. And they still have me for 2 years. And I'm still going to make $80 bajillion doing
They can get out of that deal pretty comfortably next year.
Okay.
Barring the restructure, which now they don't have to do.
I mean, Matty Ice is not stupid.
No.
He knows what's coming.
No, Matt Ryan's the big boy in the room.
Mm-hmm.
He knows exactly where this is.
Exactly.
Is that this is a kid that's from Georgia, grew up a Falcons fan, was a ball boy for this team. This is the one home run swing they had.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be shocked if Matt Ryan comes back. Now, there's going to be an uncomfortable conversation. But that's how the business of this league works, and he understands that.
That's what I was saying.
Now, the question is, do they still make a move anyway? Now that you're sitting at 8, do you make a move anyway? Just swallow the frog, look at Arthur Smith, and go, you know what? Brady's back for a year. This is going to be bad. We're going to be bad. Calvin Ridley with the suspension. Like, everything is working against us.
Mm-hmm.
Just swallow the frog, trade Matt Ryan, deal with the dead cap this year, and then have $1 jillion next year. That's what I would do.
Right.
I'll take I think it's a $40 million dead cap hit or something like that. Ian, give it to me. I'll do it right now.
Just get out from under it right now.
Yep,
Rip that Band-Aid off.
I can ship out Calvin Ridley in a year. Just, what a difference a day makes.
Adam Black asked, do the Browns now bring in Julio Jones?
The call will be made.
Of course it will.
The call will be made on everyone. Now Deshaun Watson becomes the biggest recruiter in NFL history.
Mm-hmm.
I got my bag. And now we're going to have salary cap problems for years. So we have to draft well. Good thing for the Browns they have done that. This current sitting Browns front office has done a very good job at drafting. And that's one of the things I said when he was, and I do want it stated, I believe I was the first person that I ever heard say Deshaun Watson goes to Cleveland.
Oh, I believe so. I heard no one else say it before I believe I was the first.
I heard that 3 months ago.
Because
the Baker thing has gotten really uncomfortable. You got to find something here.
You said it. You made the graphic, and I went, that's not going to happen.
And very a la Mac Jones, I backed off of it when everybody said, well, Cleveland's out. I was still first.
Shows what we all know. Because it does appear that is now a done deal.
It's done, yeah.
Are we officially reporting this now?
We haven't gotten the official. There hasn't been a trade call or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. But Deshaun Watson gets a 5-year, $230 million deal. It's a $12 million a year raise for him. Probably not the welcome back to the league that he was expecting.
I'm in awe of this. You said this is the first time I've ever seen you at a loss for words.
Right.
I think it's the first time I've ever been at a loss for words. And I will guarantee you the Atlanta Falcons front office is doing the exact same thing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what happened?
Adding insult to injury, the Texans host the Browns this year.
Also, the Texans traded up with the Browns to get Deshaun Watson.
Insane. So it's 3 first-round draft picks, 2 additional picks.
3 and a 5.
A 3 and a 5.
That's what it appears to be.
To get Deshaun Watson to come to Cleveland, you now have a Super Bowl contender, Cleveland Browns fans. And I never thought I'd actually say that. We thought there was that outside chance if Baker Mayfield turned into, stardust. Well, guess what? He kind of has. Because now you're going to be able to get him out of the building, and Deshaun Watson will take over. And now you have the complete team.
And I can't remember who asked this, but somebody asked, what would the compensation be on Baker Mayfield? I cannot believe it would be better than a conditional 3. Carson Wentz got a 2 and 2 threes with a condition on the second one. Carson Wentz is more valuable right now than Baker Mayfield. Mixture of the contract, the attitude, all of it. There is no team outside of Seattle that has even shown a vague interest.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield's just he's poison.
Well, I mean, here's the fun game. Where's he land? You think Indianapolis is going, yeah, Baker? No. Because you still have quarterback dominoes to fall. You've still got Jimmy Garoppolo, Matt Ryan, if anything happens there. Well, I mean, you're running out of chairs here. There's only so many jobs in this league.
Now, Jameis Winston's still out there too, right?
And who will be cheap.
Right.
And that was New Orleans' fallback.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the question is, does New Orleans make a play on Jimmy Garoppolo? Because that was another rumbling, was if they missed on Deshaun Watson, they would be in on Garoppolo.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know the answer to that.
But I wouldn't, Jameis still has a lot of talent in him.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no doubt about that. Jameis, we'll play that fun game that you always like to play with every other quarterback. If Jameis Winston were in this draft, where would he go?
1.
It's not even close. Don't even think about it. Jameis Winston offers more than any other quarterback that you could get in the draft. And I think he adds.
God, this is
he's
such a
close
bad year.
to adding almost, more than anybody else can that's available right now.
This is such a bad year to be a quarterback in this draft. This should tell you, you know what? After the break, I want to talk about this. This should tell you how down the NFL is on this class. Because look how many teams had open quarterback spots. Look how many of them are already resolved. You're going into a draft where you may not have a quarterback going in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one that I feel even kind of good about.
By the way, if you took Jeremy's advice on that Villanova game, it's now a 20-point game. 57-37, Villanova on top of Delaware.
And if you took the under on Miami and USC scored 20 whole points in the first half.
Yeah, 31-20, Miami leads USC down in Greenville, South Carolina. You're in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Watching some spring rain showers and thunderstorms cruise in from the west. Could see some quarter-inch plus rains here into tonight and mid-50s. And then a taste of some cooler air coming in for the weekend. Our high temps still very pleasant in the mid-60s Saturday, but lows Saturday night, upper 30s near 40, and then mid-50s Sunday and mid-30s for Sunday night. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Traffic slow 240 westbound between Chuns Cove Road and Montford Avenue. 240 on the eastbound side, delays between exit 2 and exit 4A. Future 26 eastbound delays between Riverside Drive and 240. 26 eastbound slow between I-40 and the Blue Ridge Parkway. 26 eastbound then stop and go between Long Shoals Road and Airport Road. 26 on the westbound side delays between Chimney Rock Road and the Blue Ridge Parkway. Haywood County 40 east and westbound crawling between the NC-Tennessee state line and Harmon Den Road. Smoky Park Highway northbound approaching Sand Hill Road delays. Sardis Road northbound between Sand Hill Road and Bavard Road slow. Avery Creek area, Bavard Road north and southbound near Long Shoals Road. Traffic is stop and go. Hendersonville Road north and southbound delays between the Biltmore Forest area and Overlook Road. Sweden Creek Road north and southbound approaching Mills Gap Road delays. I'm Lyndon Field with your time saver traffic.
This report is sponsored by InvisibleFence.com. Invisible Fence brand is changing the way people live with their pets. Experienced professionals provide pets independence to play outside while providing you confidence they're secure. Visit InvisibleFence.com to learn more. Invisible Fence brand. Surround your pets with care.
Are you at a dead end when it comes to dealing with that awful joint pain? So was Rick Rawlings.
I did 1.5 years of steroidal injections in my shoulders, both shoulders. They weren't helping at all, and it was just a Band-Aid.
As for the constant pain medication prescriptions,
I didn't get any relief. I didn't get any sleep, so I just stopped taking them. I didn't want to get hooked on drugs.
But one day,
I heard a commercial on the radio about QC Kinetics.
Rick called QC Kinetics and learned all about natural biologic therapies, non-surgical treatments that actually help the body restore damaged joint tissue. And it was life-changing.
After doing the QC Kinetics, I feel like I have a new life again. Today, my shoulders feel wonderful. My only regret was I wish I had done it sooner.
From dead ends to new beginnings. Call today and learn about QC Kinetics' long-lasting relief.
Call QC Kinetics, 826-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517. QC Kinetics, 828-333-9517.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to sing it.
We're singing words now.
We'll even sing the business part.
Save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive.
Now that's a commercial you'll remember, even if you don't remember the bundle and save with Progressive part.
We're singing a commercial.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
This is the end of the jingle. A jingle about insurance.
At Panera, you can say yes to both of your cravings. We call it You Pick Two. And with over 465 pairings, you'll find a meal sure to satisfy any mood. Are you feeling both fresh and fun? Pick our Fuji apple salad with a new Thai chicken soup. Or maybe you're feeling classic and bold. Pair some creamy mac and cheese with our new Citrus Asian Crunch salad. Pick your perfect pair and order a You Pick Two today. Panera, the familiar made fantastic.
Real estate isn't about properties, it's about people. I'm Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your native realtor serving all of Western North Carolina. I will work hard for you, and I believe in doing the right thing every time. I market each of my listings to reach out-of-town buyers. I use a professional photographer and drone video on every single listing, as well as collaborate with agents across the country to find your buyer. Check me out online at clarissasellswnc.com or give me a call at 828-774-6343. It would be my pleasure to assist you through the real estate process.
This one goes out to Kevin Vick, the greatest song by one of the most overrated bands of all time. NICKELBACK. They're taking on U2 right now in our most overrated bands bracket. Vote right now on the YouTube stream. We've got the poll up in the comments, and it is U2 69% to NICKELBACK's 31%. Who will move on in the most overrated bands bracket? Get your votes in now.
It's U2, and they're the favorite to win this whole thing. As well they should be. I said it from the time the bracket came out.
Yes. They are in my final four of my predictions for this
I'm getting
bracket
a call
contest.
from Ohio. That's odd.
Your sources in Ohio are apparently telling you.
Oh, I'm beloved in Ohio. Based on the Bengals and the Browns, oh, yeah. I don't think I'm allowed to step foot in that state.
Right. Deshaun Watson, if you're just joining us, he is going to join the Cleveland Browns. The deal is 3 number 1 picks from the Cleveland Browns going to the Houston Texans. They also get a 3 and a 5. Now, the 3 and the 5, are those this year?
Don't know yet.
We do not know.
There is a pick swap. So there's a 4 involved and a 5 going back. So it is not as much as I thought it was. This was the baseline from what I was told.
Right. And the Cleveland Browns also giving him 5 years, $230 million, fully guaranteed contract.
That's going to stop being funny eventually. I don't know when that will be, but it will stop being funny eventually.
Why is it so funny to you?
$230 million guaranteed for a guy who's, let's be kind here and say his future is uncertain.
Uncertain? Uncertain for what? For whatever suspension the league might be coming?
Yeah, everybody acts like this just went away. It didn't.
It did for teams. Teams don't care as long as the criminal charges aren't going to happen. So that's not going to happen. Now the NFL is going to get involved, and so the commissioner hands down a 4-game suspension? Maybe.
I genuinely don't know. I think they have to have some form of assurances that nothing's coming.
I feel like if it's anything, it's going to be like a 4 to 6 game suspension, and even at that, okay, it's Deshaun Watson. It's worth it because he misses the first 4 to 6 games of the season. Well, guess what? After that, we got a chance to win every game we're in. Carolina Panther fans, you want to go see Deshaun Watson next year? He's going to be coming to town with the Cleveland Browns. You thought it was going to be with either Atlanta or New Orleans, but no. You could go see him with the Cleveland Browns because they are one of the home games that the Carolina Panthers has this year. That's going to be tough. I was just looking at their schedule. So they've got their division. We all know about the Ravens and the Bengals. And they got the 2 games with the Steelers. And they got to play the Patriots, the Chargers, the Saints, and the Bucks. And all of their away games, other than the ones inside the division, and the Bills, they could win easily. They got the Dolphins, Texans, Falcons, Panthers, and the Washington Commanders as their away games next year. I feel like that home-away split's going to look really good. Of course, I think all their splits are going to look really good. They just got a top 5 quarterback. Still speechless. He's still speechless.
I mean, it's insane. I want you to think about how many moving pieces have happened in the last week.
Oh, yeah.
4 of the best pass rushers in this league have switched teams.
Mm-hmm.
2 of the top 8 quarterbacks in this league have switched teams. And the best receiver in this league has switched teams. Just poor NCAA tournament. the poor NCAA tournament was like, yeah, it's our time. Oh, no. Oh, no.
The Carolina Panthers making moves today as well. They have signed,
Panther fans, have no fear. You made a move too.
They signed Bradley Bozeman,
that's a great move, by the way. I hadn't heard that.
Yep.
Do you have a financial on that?
I do not have a financial on that.
Let me see if I can find it. I got it.
All right.
You brought in a new arm. Johnny Hecker,
Yeah. A new arm.
He's completed like 7 passes in the NFL.
You get a Pro Bowl punter.
It's a good thing,
a center.
You're going to be using it a lot.
Yeah, you got the center to replace Matt Paredes. And you've extended DJ Moore for 3 more years. So somebody put in the comments earlier that the deal was now $72 million. That's not true. What the deal is, it's a 3-year contract extension for $61.884 million. That goes on top of what he's already owed for this year. So over the course of the next 4 years, he will be paid $73 million by the Carolina Panthers. An average of $18.25 million a year. And I don't see a problem with that. To me, DJ Moore's totally worth it. Problem is, you don't have a quarterback that can get him the ball.
It's a lot. I mean, I understand why you did it, but it's a lot. It's a 1-year deal on Bradley Bozeman, by the way, which shocks me.
Okay. He was the best center lleft out on the market.
By a drastic amount.
Well, J.C. Tretter. Do you put them in the same class?
I stick by what I said.
I'm asking.
J.C. Tretter might be a better litigator, but Bradley Bozeman is a considerably better player. That's actually a great deal for the Panthers. Somehow I had missed that.
Yeah, I just saw it roll through in the comments earlier.
You've also got Juju Smith-Schuster heading to the Kansas City Chiefs.
See, there you go.
Him and Jackson Mahomes doing TikToks. Do.
Yeah, social media teams. Keep those two away from each other.
Who is excited about that? And what is the matter with you?
Really? You don't think that's a good idea? That's a good move for Kansas City?
Kansas City had to do that.
Of course they did. You have to keep pace in the AFC West.
Race. It is full on pandalirium in the AFC, not the ACC.
Nope. It's not pandalirium in the ACC.
The ACC is, hey, are we going to have a team left?
Right.
Going into the second weekend? Come on, Carolina.
Of course you will. Be the Carolina Tar Heels. Let's do it. I'm feeling it. I'm ready. After seeing that 32-point beatdown yesterday of Marquette, interested to see if they still got some gas left in the tank. That's one of the things I always worry about, too, with them, is did you waste it all? Did you waste it all on that one game and now you're just going to come out stone cold?
Well, no, because that was a horrible matchup. As soon as the bracket came out, I went, cool, you gifted Carolina a spot in the second round.
It's the largest victory in NCAA tournament history in an 8-9 game.
And I also thought Shaka Smart was going to absolutely lose his mind before that game was over. He was trying to get in fights with players. Like, it got serious there for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of serious, Villanova serious with Delaware.
Oh, are they up by 50 now?
63-42.
63-42. All right. And it was what, -9?
9.5.
In the 9.5 in the live betting. So hopefully, Posh, you took him up on that little tip there.
It's public service. I'm here for you.
Yeah. Let's get weird.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
All right, don't do crimes. Apparently, at a High Point gas station the other day, they got taken. They got taken for some gas. I did not know this, and I guess a lot of people don't know this, or else more people would probably try it. But someone found a way to disable the pumps so you could bypass the payment process. And they did this to a gas station in High Point where a line of cars. So not only did someone come up with the plan to go and bypass the payment station at the gas station or the payment key card, but they also called their friends and said, hey, I'm getting ready to do this. $1,600 worth of gas was stolen from the Busy Bee grocery store and gas station in High Point. After someone did this for about 45 minutes, cars just pulling up to this pump, just filling as much as they possibly can. Obviously, the owner of the gas station says mistakes were made because there's a way to shut down the pumps in the station, and you can keep people from doing this. And so I feel like you gotta take that opportunity when you can. I'm glad to know that the cops are all over this one. No arrests have been made yet, but $1,400 in gas. That had to be at least 6 gallons, something like that.
Something like that.
No, they say 400 gallons of gas got stolen the other night. I didn't know you could do that.
Oddly enough, my story is also about people stealing things. I'm going to tell you a story, and I want all of you, between you and people in the YouTube comments, guess the state. And it's not the one you think it is. A man called a record service and said that he had a 70-ton crane that was stuck in the woods.
Okay.
And he needed it pulled out. Record Service shows up. Look at the crane. They go, there's something about this crane that, it looks familiar. Oh, we had to tow this thing 3 years ago. The man, is a 26-year-old man, claimed that the crane had been given to him and he wanted to sell it for scrap metal.
Okay.
Well, the only problem is that there was a phone number on the door. So they called the number on the door and said, did you give this crane to somebody? Answer was, indeed, no, I did not. This 26-year-old man has been arrested and charged with grand theft auto.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you're going to try to steal a car, you should probably, or a vehicle of any kind, it should probably not have the owner's phone number on the door.
Right.
Just stupid criminals will keep this segment rolling until I am long dead.
Like everybody believed that person believed that they were just going to buy that story of like, can you show me some ownership, a title on it or something? Like
you also
it's
have
mine.
To realize,
Believe
do you
me.
realize how specific of a tow truck you have to move a 70-ton crane? The thing looks like a tank.
So they had already towed this thing once.
Yep.
For the previous owner.
It wasn't the previous owner.
Or with the current.
It was the still owner.
The still owner.
And this thing had gotten stuck in the woods, and Jim Bob just showed up and went, mine now. Possession is 90% of the law.
Jim Bob
and I possess it.
Jim Bob probably lives nearby, and he's been staring at that crane for a year. And it's like, well, nobody's coming to get it. I can get some money out of that.
All right, so far in the comments, we've gotten Kentucky, Tennessee, Florida, West Virginia, and New Jersey. It is none of those.
I'm going Oregon.
You had the worst guess of the bunch. It was Alabama.
Alabama.
I thought for sure you would get that if no one else did.
Why?
Because you love throwing shade at the state of Alabama.
Well, yeah, but it's not like you said they showed up to the scene and the guys from the DOT couldn't read the side of the of the crane, so that would have tipped it off. I would have known that was Alabama.
At Sports Tank That was not me.
Oh, did I hurt you with Alabama feelings? Your football team's real good. You can go on with yourself.
Indeed.
I'm
about to give out another live betting banger.
Okay.
I feel reasonably good that we're going to hit the first two. Villanova was minus 9.5. They are now up 22 with 7:40 to go. Miami and USC just passed 60 points. With 16 minutes to go. First one to 50 wins. We got ourselves a barn burner, boys and girls. You remember how I told you Notre Dame and Alabama was going to be high scoring?
Yes.
Well, those two teams have started very cold from the floor, which has moved the line to, it just refreshed. Come back. 140.5. Over. The three-pointers are about to start a-flying in that one.
Despite the fact that they've only scored 7 points in the first 5 minutes.
Don't care.
Okay.
Don't care. Neither one of those teams could play dead in the Western defensively. Over.
All right. We shall see. Miami and USC right now in a 1-point game down in Greenville. Miami's got the 33-32 lead on the Trojans. 16:35 to go in the ballgame. Notre Dame and Alabama, and we haven't had the miracle game today. Now, yes, yesterday started off pretty much the same way. I mean, unless you want to count Michigan as an 11 seed upsetting Colorado State, which nobody does.
I'm dumbfounded that they actually won that game.
Michigan was a 2-point favorite in that game anyway.
Yeah, I'm dumbfounded they won that game.
Why?
Because Colorado State's better than they are. By a great deal. The only problem is that they have one player that's taller than me. Hunter Dickinson, he had something to say about that.
I told you that was how that was going to go down.
Yeah, but see, what I thought was that Colorado State's one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. Now, Michigan is one of the worst teams in the country at defending the three.
Well,
it showed a lot. It's just they didn't hit them.
Well, look, we have found out in this tournament already, if you ain't hitting your shots, it's obviously not going to be a good day for you. Just the way it is. Virginia Tech and Texas just now getting underway as well. I think this is where we could see our first upset of the day.
I don't disagree with you. I'm not sure that Virginia Tech's not better than Texas.
Really?
I told you the difference between a 6 seed and 11 is very small.
I just have to pull for the SoCon North, the ACC version of the SoCon, with Storm Murphy and Kive Aluma there with the Virginia Tech Hokies. I'm looking forward to tonight's action. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I know all Tar Heel fans are right there with me when we're all just pulling for Cal State Fullerton tonight, right?
Oh, that would be the most epic walk-off bye ever. Carlos Boozer said if that were to happen, Krzyzewski would come back.
No doubt. I'm with him.
I don't agree with you. I don't think anything could happen where this has been especially in the last 2 weeks, this has been such an unbelievable disaster that I don't think you can do it again.
Right. You get upset by North Carolina to end the regular season in the last game in Cameron. Then you lose in the championship of the ACC tournament to Virginia Tech and then get beat. Oh, it'd be too sweet. It would be too sweet, in the words of Scott Hall. R.I.P. Deshaun Watson switches teams today. Davante Adams on the move as well. The AFC is absolutely reloaded. Now the question is, where's the domino going to fall for Carson Wentz to end up in the NFL? Jeremy's going to have his latest mock draft
live,
because and it's going to be on the fly.
Yeah, because it got piddled on as soon as Deshaun Watson got traded. We have two of these. One from Armchair Commentary. It said, Baker to the Houston Gamblers, #USFL. And Matt,
I'm your Huckleberry.
Deshaun Watson to the Browns. 230 guaranteed. Sheesh. That is a lot of money. A lot of money. And I would be remiss if I didn't point this out, because I feel like this is coming full circle. Because the Baker Mayfield #1 overall pick was the first draft I covered on radio. And I told you, when it happened, you will live to regret this. Now, I said they should have drafted Sam Darnold. I was not necessarily right about that.
Right.
Josh Allen would have been the right call. But I told you. And this is what happens when you just absolutely blow it on the #1 pick in the draft. It ends up costing you a fortune to fix it. That's where you're at.
Yep. And they fixed it. That's the thing, though. You fixed it now. You got Deshaun Watson, and you're no doubt a contender. Von Miller going to the Buffalo Bills. We hadn't talked about that yet.
For $11 jillion.
Yeah, Von Miller getting the big deal with the Buffalo Bills. He has signed 6 years?
$120 million.
$120 million with $51 million guaranteed. Von Miller at the ripe old age of 32 years old.
Oh, that deal's going to age like a dairy product. But in the 3 years before it starts to age poorly, good gracious, that team's going to be good.
They're going to be good, but
now you have a D-line rotation of 5 guys that 4 of the 5 can play practically anywhere. Of Von Miller, Greg Rousseau, A.J. Epinesa, Boogie Basham, and Ed Oliver. Good luck with that. I don't ever have to send more than 4. I'm going to get home with 4. I loved it. I know a lot of people didn't like the money. It's how you got Von Miller. He didn't want to leave L.A., but L.A. was offering a 1 or 2 year deal. Buffalo came through and went, I know how we can beat that. And now with the way the salary cap is, the longer the deal is, the more you can move the numbers around. And you can stay competitive for an extended period of time before Josh Allen just becomes insanely expensive.
Right.
But the good thing is that the cap is going up at such a rate that by the end of that deal, Josh Allen might be of value. We might be saying the same thing about Deshaun Watson.
He very well could be a value.
Mahomes has to be sitting back going, why did I sign for 10 years? We're going to be paying guys $100 million by the time I renegotiate my deal.
Nah, he'll renegotiate halfway through that deal.
Not really. There's not a whole lot of way to do that. Kansas City did this very wisely. Very wisely.
I mean, unless you want to pull the Aaron Rodgers. And then
you can really do that when there's 2 years left. It's kind of hard to do it when you sign for 10 years.
True. They will take care of him. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm not saying that they won't.
I was going to say, don't worry about that. But yeah, Von Miller going to the Buffalo Bills. I still want to see them out a weapon, and
I don't know why. You've got O.J. Howard, Dawson Knox. You've got Gabriel Davis, Stephon Diggs. I'm forgetting one. Who am I forgetting? It'll come to me.
Beasley? Is that who you're thinking of?
Beasley was cut.
That's what I was thinking.
There's another one. I looked at this earlier
Mm-hmm.
when I was putting together the first mock draft, that Isaiah McKenzie.
Yeah, I mean, he's fine.
He's a very good slot receiver that they believe in a great deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Buffalo's fine. They need a right tackle. Bad.
I don't see them winning a whole lot with, or I guess getting to the promised land.
They're the favorite to win the Super Bowl. Nothing has changed that. Vegas agrees with me. You can shake your head at me all you want to. If you're really worried about their fifth weapon, you're digging a little too deep into this.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing L.A. Ram football. Well, they have Odell Beckham as their for it. Yeah.
And it won them a Super Bowl.
Odell Beckham was their 2 when they won the Super Bowl, and they did not have a $15 million receiver on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
The salary cap still matters at the end of the day, and it's going to catch up to you. I'm looking at the Rams going, I see a regression in your future that is staunch with what they have lost. Still think you're the best team in the NFC.
I was going to say, they're playing the same game that Tampa's playing. Of, we need to be relevant right now. And nothing else matters. Do you disagree?
I mean, if you can win a Super Bowl, that's the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
This will catch up with you, and I've been saying it for 2 years with LA. Great. Yeah. You won a Super Bowl. You're going to have 5 years where you are absolutely irrelevant. It is hard for me to look at and go, yeah, I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you draft the way they do. They do have 407 compensatory picks, though. So you never know. Might just restack the decks.
I trust the process. That's all you got to do. Trust the process. Like Jeremy with his with his 5 on it picks. You know, one day he's going 2-2 for a week and a half, and then all of a sudden he pulls out a perfect night for you. What you got this time?
This one is college basketball centric.
Yeah.
The first one, I got 25 on it. The Chattanooga Mocs, we saw them here in Asheville. They're an 8-point dog. I want to give them in the money line so bad I can't stand it, but I do think Kofi Coburn may eventually foul out D'Souza, and, well, then you have a problem.
Yep.
But it'll be fun up until then. I got 25 on it. Chattanooga, plus the 8. Next, the Iowa State Hawkeyes. The Iowa State Cyclones are a 4-point dog at LSU, and that is stupid. I got 50 on it. Iowa State in the money line. Will Wade getting fired? Matters. All of this instability on a team that's painfully inconsistent anyway. People forget how well Iowa State started. They went through a bandsaw in the conference schedule that has just completely soured everybody on them. This team's still good, and they're really well coached. I got 50 on it. Iowa State in the money line. Finally, the Davidson Wildcats are a 1-point dog tonight against Michigan State, and I don't even kind of get it. If you literally put any other team name on the chest of that Michigan State team, they'd be an 8-point dog tonight because they have been absolutely infuriating to watch. I get that they're vet, so is Davidson. I get that they're well coached, so is Davidson. And one of them can shoot, and one of them can't. I got 50 on it. Davidson, money line over Michigan State.
Wow, a money line breaker for the 5 on it today here on ESPN Asheville.
I'm going with some house money because I threw out 2 bangers live during the show.
Yeah. Don't forget to take those wagers over to betus.com. BetUS.com. Use the promo code Sportsocracy and get a 125% deposit bonus on whatever you put in, up to $2,500. BetUS.com. Promo code Sportsocracy.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Traffic is slow, 240 eastbound between exit 3 and exit 4A, 240 westbound slow between Chuns Cove Road and Montford Avenue. Future 26 eastbound, light delays between Riverside Drive and 240. 26 eastbound slow between Brevard Road and Long Shoals Road. 26 westbound near Holbert Cove Road, an accident now has this roadway shut down. 26 westbound slowing after Chimney Rock Road in the Naples area and continuing to the Blue Ridge Parkway. Haywood County 40 east and westbound crawling between the NC-Tennessee state line and Harmondin Road. Sweden Creek Road north and southbound approaching Mills Gap Road is slow. Hendersonville Road north and southbound near Long Shoals Road delays. Near Avery Creek, Long Shoals Road area near Brevard Road, north and southbound, heavy delays. I'm Lee Field with your Time Saver traffic.
This report is sponsored by WhatsApp. No one should read your personal messages. That's why WhatsApp uses end-to-end encryption. It protects whatever you send before, during, and after you send it. So no one, not even WhatsApp, can read your messages. Always message privately. WhatsApp.
Celebrate the music you loved listening to all year.
Plus, your favorite artists will take home iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Don't miss our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Watch exclusively on Fox.
This Tuesday night at 8. Warner Brothers Pictures and J.K. Rowling invite you to return to the magic. Discover the secrets before Harry Potter in Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. This April, meet Dumbledore's first army and uncover the secrets that can save the world. April 15th, rated PG-13.
Have you ever felt depressed about work, only to have your dad be like, "Why are you so down?" So you told him you hate your job, and he said, "Well, you better talk yourself out of it." And then you thought, I love to talk. I could host a podcast. And then you went to Spreaker from iHeart and started a podcast and got good at it, then monetized it, then quit your boring job, then told your dad, "Thanks for the advice." And he was like, "Well, that's not what I meant, and I don't understand what a podcast is, but you seem happy, so that's great, kiddo." You ever do that? Well, you could. At Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker. Ask your dad. You actually don't.
The Food City Dirt Race is back at Bristol in 2022. And this time, it's a night race. You remember the last night races at Bristol in September, right? It's the Food City Dirt Race, 7 p.m. on Easter Sunday, April 17th. Save big by grabbing a weekend package today at BristolMotorspeedway.com. Remember, this isn't just any dirt race. It's a dirt race at Bristol, baby.
It's Bristol, baby! You could live in a time loop where every day is Friday and boldly seasoned Mexican spiced nacho fries with warm nacho cheese sauce never leave the menu. But you don't have to. Nacho fries are back. Get them today, the next day, and the day after that at a participating Taco Bell location near you for a limited time only.
Dell's semi-annual sale is the perfect opportunity for a significant business upgrade. Save up to 45% on Dell computers with Windows 11 Pro and get an easy start to your workday. Plus, enjoy special pricing on Dell docks, monitors, servers, and more, all with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. Speak to a Dell Technologies advisor today to find the right tech for your business with fast, free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
At Panera, you can say yes to both of your cravings. We call it You Pick Two. And with over 465 pairings, you'll find a meal sure to satisfy any mood. Are you feeling both fresh and fun? Pick our Fuji apple salad with a new Thai chicken soup. Or maybe you're feeling classic and bold. Pair some creamy mac and cheese with our new Citrus Asian Crunch salad. Pick your perfect pair and order a You Pick Two today. Panera, the familiar made fantastic.
The underdog. The long shot. The nobody from nowhere, never gonna happen, 100 to 1 shot. We know something about that. We're with you every step of the way.
This week at Ingles, select 6 to 12 count Laurel and Cuddly soft bath tissue, $3.98 each. Select sizes and varieties Kellogg's Frosted Flakes or Fruit Loop cereal, 2 for $4. And select sizes and varieties Tide laundry detergent, $12.98 each. Ingles, low prices, love this.
Today, Deshaun Watson is going to be a Cleveland Brown. Cleveland Browns trading 5 picks, 3 number 1s, a 3 and a 5 to Houston, and they're going to give him 5 years, $230 million, fully guaranteed. A shift has been made in the NFL. And I think if I was going to do one I'm mad, that's what I would do one on. Of, damn it, you're leaving the NFC behind. Although it's good for me because I got a 45-year-old quarterback that has a chance to win in this conference. Wouldn't have much of a chance to win in the AFC at this point because they are so loaded.
The AFC is a murderer's row.
Hopefully your brackets will survive the weekend. I know Iowa really screwed up a lot of people yesterday. We've had some stars born in March Madness already. The kid from St. Peter's immediately went viral once people found out who he was. Doug Eggert.
Yeah, shave that mustache. That thing's weird. Okay, like cult heroes in March Madness, can you stop having weird, like, 70s pornographer mustaches?
No, because it seems like those are the only ones that we care about.
Stop doing that. It's weird, and that's coming from a guy that looks like a billy goat. Like, okay. Stop with the weird mustache.
The Teddy Allen kid that dropped 37 points on UConn last night for New Mexico State. They're kid good. Is a star in his own right.
They're good.
Mm-hmm.
And now, thanks to the Deshaun Watson trade, we get to do a live mock draft in the happy hour.
That's right, happy
hour. Spent all day working on it, got blown up in 5 seconds.
Happy hour coming up next on the YouTube stream. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click on that live video link. While you're there, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You can join the House of Reprehensibles if you like to as well. That's completely optional for you. We'll have Tar Heel basketball tomorrow at 11 o'clock pregame. 12:10 is the scheduled tip for the North Carolina Tar Heels against Baylor in the NCAA tournament. Tomorrow, right here on ESPN Asheville.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Watching some spring rain showers and thunderstorms cruise in from the west. Could see some quarter-inch plus rains here into tonight and mid-50s. And then a taste of some cooler air coming in for the weekend. Our high temps still very pleasant in the mid-60s Saturday, but lows Saturday night, upper 30s near 40, and then mid-50s Sunday and mid-30s for Sunday night. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.